Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Turfway Park here on Thursday. It is the 30th of November 2023. Gonna look at the fifth race in Turfway, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the fifth from Turfway, which is maiden special weight purse $70,000. Race for maidens, fillies, mares, 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 13 horses entered. Keep in mind, 13 is an MTO or AE. 12 will go to the Tapeta, the distance of ground of 1,800 meters, or mile and an eighth on the all-weather Tapeta surface. Gonna take the 7 horse here. Southampton Dock is a top selection. 7641 for me, and the superfecta. 7641 super, top selection 7 horse Southampton Dock, 3-year-old filly by English Channel. Ian Wilkes trains this one. Tyler Connor gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came mid-October at Keeneland. Good turf course, mile and an eighth, and allowance, and a main special weight 93,000. The horse finished 8th by 5 3/4 lengths that day, and he was just wide, and he really couldn't keep up. I thought that allowance race came up quite tough. Refreshing here into a little bit of a better spot. Not the world's toughest race, coming to Tapeta, where he ran decently in the late fall last year, early winter this last year, whatever you want to call it. Come back here. I think he's in a good spot to get a good trip, and I think he could win. Since he's been coming close to the pace, his numbers have been, running close to the pace. His numbers have been getting quite good, which I quite like. 2 back, he ran the 7th of September, Kentucky Downs, mile 5 16th in main special weight 152,000. Finished 3rd by 2 1/4 lengths that day. She had a wide post draw. She stalked. I thought she wanted a little bit more. If the race was a mile and a half, she might have made the race interesting late, but I thought she got around the race course well there. And then at Saratoga on the 28th of July, sloppy off the turf, mile and a quarter main track and a main special weight. She finished 4th by 4 lengths. She just kind of stalked that day, but Callie's Grit walked on the front end. This horse wasn't getting her there. And then at Ellis, a mile and a quarter off the turf in the main special weight. She found probably the only 2 mile and a quarter races on dirt in North America for this division. She finished 3rd by 5 1/4 lengths that day. She was just wide, and she just wasn't keeping up that day. The winner was much the best at that spot. But, off the bench at Indiana prior to that, going mile 16th, she ran a massive second. I think a 70, she's the highest buyer she's run is 70. I think she could top that a little bit more to like a 75. That could definitely win against these horses. I'm going to use her as a top selection on the ticket. I think the 6 horse King's Secret could win for Brendan Walsh and Declan Cannon. Most recently, the horse ran in the main special weight over the mile and the eighth at Churchill, 9th of November, where the horse finished 3rd by 3 3/4 lengths that day, and he got caught in lane, just kind of hit the wall that day. But a lot of horses weren't handling the grass at Churchill in the fall. Prior to that, going a mile and an eighth in the main special at Keeneland, he actually finished 2nd by 1 1/4 lengths that day, and again got caught when he got to the stretch. He looks like he's the kind of horse that when he gets to the front end, he kind of stops. So I hope today they just keep the momentum going. Since the debut last January at Gulfstream, the horse has definitely been improving. He has come back to the home track with his horse, like it was where he's been training since mid-September since at least mid-September, where he's been training quite well as of recently. I think coming here to the longer trip, he could definitely win. I'll use him on the ticket, and even the 4 horse Sherbet Fountain hasn't been seen since May, where he ran a disappointing 13th off the bench on fast ground. But the race on Tapeta last summer or the polytrack at Kempton last summer on debut wasn't bad at all. Another horse that probably wants a little bit of a longer trip, training well at the Thoroughbred Center. Let's use this horse in late pick 4 or late pick 5 that begins with this race. But to recount my selection for the 5th from Turfway, going to take the 7 horse Southampton Dock. You give kudos to the 6 horse King's Secret and the 4 horse Sherbet Fountain. 7641 Super, 764 in the multi-race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.